Welcome back to Grow Joyfully Home and Garden. Another overcast day. It's really difficult because when you get up to a certain height in the mountains, there is none of this. And when you travel however many miles to the south to get away from this, or to the west or the east, this cloud cover is not there. We're having an inversion here. The foothills here kind of catch it and hold it. And in the winter, it gets really difficult. So another day. Would be really nice to have some sunshine. But today, what I wanted to focus on was winter sowing. I don't know how to do it. I think I tried it once many years ago, and it was not successful. So today, what I'm going to do is clean up this milk jug and cut it. In my mind, you would cut it about here so you don't cut the handle, and it would make it easier to open and close it. So that's the first thing I'm going to do, is wash off this milk jug and then get it cut. And I'll be right back. Okay, I've washed off the milk jug. This is just an old milk jug that I use to water my plants here and there. So now what I'm going to do is cut it starting here. I'm going to use a permanent marker and try to cut a straight line, which I'm not capable of doing, all the way around. I can't even draw a straight line, let alone cut a straight line. But that's not too bad. That's where I started, that's where I ended. So now I'm going to cut this in half, but I'm going to leave this part here intact so it can be more of an open and shut lid. Okay, that job's done. Not very straight, but that job's done. Now I'm going to poke holes in the bottom for drainage. Be careful with your box cutter. You don't want to cut yourself. Okay, so I made 6 holes in the bottom for drainage. Now I'm going to fill it with this potting soil right here. It has vermiculite, peat moss, and regular potting soil. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now I'm going to set it over a tray and really wet the soil really well. I'm trying to think what I want to plant today. I think I'm going to do some snapdragon seeds because they're really hard to grow for us here to get them going in the greenhouse. They do better when we just plant them out in a beautifully prepared bed. And I also want to plant some sweet peas like this too, the beautiful sweet pea flowers. So, time to get a tray for this and to get it watered. I went ahead and prepared 2 containers, and I'm going to plant snapdragons and sweet peas. This is Perfume Delight, and it's from Botanical Interests. I'm so excited, fingers crossed, that this will work. I think I might put the snapdragons in this one and the sweet peas in this one because it's a little deeper. So, time to open up the bottom of the package and get these seeds planted. There's not that many seeds in these American seed packages from the dollar store, as you can see in there. So I'm going to use all of them. Just pour them out into my hand. See how tiny they are? And then I'm just going to spread them gradually all over the top of the surface. Because these are so tiny, all I'm going to do is just press them down gently. And I'll need to label and tape this one. There's 2 ways to help sweet peas grow. One is to soak them overnight. Another way is to scarify them. What you do is you just take a whetstone or some object that you can scrape up the outside of the sweet pea and will allow moisture through a lot easier and sooner. So I've scarified these, and I'm just going to plant them. I really love sweet peas. I was introduced to sweet peas by my mother-in-law, who is from Canada, and she was a lovely person, and I just loved them. So every year I try to grow some for her. Okay, since these are larger seeds, we'll not only push them down, but I am going to put a light dusting of soil over the top. Okay, I think I will water them one more time, then tape them and label them. I have this one taped. All I have out here right now is Scotch tape. So I'm going to have to go dig up my duct tape or painter's tape or something else that's tougher. Maybe packing tape would do well. I'm going to also have to watch them because we don't get that much rain. We're not getting any snow, so they could dry out. Every now and then we'll get some sprinkles, but because of this inversion, we haven't been getting out and out rainstorms. So I'm going to have to really watch them. Now it's time to label and tape up the sweet peas. Okay, that's done. It's my understanding that you do not leave the lid on the container because you want to have water be able to go in through rain and when you're watering it yourself. And this is a place for it to kind of breathe, if you will, so it won't get too moist and damp and perhaps rot in there. Then I'm going to write it down in my notebook. Today is the 20th of January, and then I'll put down sweet peas and snapdragons. Don't forget that step, so you know what you planted, even if you lose your labels. So now I am going to go take these guys out into the main garden here, and then I'm going to go see my sister. It's her birthday, and I'm excited to spend the day with her. We're going to make popcorn, watch old movies, and probably order in some Chinese food. So I'm going to leave you with that today. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you've learned something, and then we can keep track of this winter sowing together. I hope to do a little bit more, but that's going to have to be on another day. Well, you have a great day. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you on the next video.